Hello, I'm AJ Toft of the Darts World Weekly podcast, and we bring you another episode of Let's Talk Darts. On this episode, Harry Masterson, my co-host, had a chance to interview Bradley Roes, the former WDF Boys World Champion, and going into the MODUS Super Series Champions Week. So let's catch in on that interview.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Let's Talk Darts. I'm joined by former WDF Boys World Champion Bradley Roes. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Only a little bit tired, but yeah, I think every person is tired at one point of the day. So yeah, but further, I'm really good.
How are you feeling on the practice board at the minute?
Yeah, the practicing is going well at the minute, but sometimes it's not going the way how I want it to go. But yeah, that can happen every person. So yeah, I will just practice more and more to hopefully to become the best player there is.
How did you find the your weekend at the development tour?
Yeah, I had mixed feelings. I had some patches in my game that were really good, but most of the time it wasn't really good this weekend. So, but it also was with the long waiting between the two tournaments because when you're out of the tournament, the first tournament of the day started at 10:15, and then the second tournament started at 16:30. So that's like 6 hours per tournament. And when you are in England for the development tour, then it's already done in 4 hours. So yeah, that's a really big difference. So that also is a factor that I didn't play my game how I wanted to be. But yeah, we will just focus on the Champions League in 2 weeks' time.
How do you deal with the competitiveness of the development tour? Because you look at all the players that are involved. There's so many players that want to go and win that tournament. How do you deal with it?
Yeah, I just play my own game. But it's normal that you like in your head with all the big names who are playing on the development tour, like Gian van Veen, Kim Barry, Owen Bates, and a lot of more players. But yeah, last year I had a really good year on the development tour. I qualified myself for the UK Open, so yeah, I want to do that again. But yeah, the start of this year's development tour is not going how I wanted to go. But yeah, I still have 14 more tournaments. So yeah, we will just see what happens.
What are your expectations from those 14 tournaments that are upcoming in the development tour?
Uh, my goal for the upcoming 14 tournaments is to just win one development tour because last year I reached twice the final and I lost them both against Luke Littler and Gian van Veen. But yeah, just to get more money for on the development tour ranking and hopefully to get to be a seeded player again on the Youth World Championship at the end of the year. So yeah, but my main goal is to win a development tour this year.
Mentioned the MODUS Super Series. Many congratulations again on your win there. You will be
Thank you.
appearing in Champions Week. What did it feel for you to get your first ever win at the Live Lounge?
Yeah, finally after 2 times before I lost the final, I finally won it on my third attempt. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I feel really comfortable on that stage. Yeah, I really like the setup of the venue. It's all quiet with all the cameras. Yeah, actually like to play in front of the cameras. So yeah, and it's all quiet. Always when I play there, I was always with really nice guys. So yeah, that's also important uh, of being a dart player to have just fun outside darts. So yeah, I'm really happy that I finally won week at the MODUS Super Series.
You look at the players that have qualified for Champions League. There's three world champions, including yourself. When you won the World Championship, Bo Greaves and Neil Duff were also the world champions, and they're also going to be at Champions League. What do you make of the field of players that are going to be competing for that £20,000?
Uh, yeah, it's a really hard field this series because you have Neil Duff, Bo Greaves, Reece Robinson, Jimmy van Schie, and a lot of more players. But yeah, I know that I can play darts because otherwise I didn't qualify myself for Champions League. So yeah, I'll just see what happens, and if I. But my main goal of Champions League is hopefully to make finals night, and then after that we will see what happens, and maybe I will win the series. But yeah, for the first time Champions League, I just want to enjoy it, and maybe if I don't make finals night, then I don't make finals night. But yeah, it's all about experience and the opportunity to play it. This kind of things in darts. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
You look at the ADC routes and the ADC Europe routes as well. You look at how you come through them and you can get a space on the Modus Super Series. What do you make of the ADC links and the Modus Super Series?
Yeah, I think it's really good for amateur dart players to actually get a chance to play in front of cameras because yeah, not that's actually all not normal in darts. But you also have with the UK Open the Riley's qualifiers that are also amateur dart players, and they get then a chance to yeah play at a big PDC major. So yeah, I think it's great from the ADC and Modus that they work together to give amateur dart players a chance to play in front of cameras.
You look at the setups that the amateur dart circuit use. A lot of the players tend to mention the equipment that are used. You look at the windmill blades, six dartboards. What do you make of the equipment that they use in all the events that they hold?
Yeah, I think they use actually the best equipment there is. Uh, so the windmill board and yeah, and then all the surroundings. It's actually it's going quite fast nowadays with the ADC because all the faults in England and in Europe you have like the ADC ranking events, not actually the faults, but uh I think they are busy with doing that also. So yeah, it's actually I think now bigger than the WDF, if I can say that. But yeah, it's yeah, like I said, it's really good from the ADC that they give so much chances to amateur dart players to play in front of the cameras, sometimes a crowd, and if they make finals night. So yeah, that's really good of the ADC.
And you recently signed a new deal with Red Dragon. You signed with Red Dragon, sorry, at the back end of last year. What does it feel for you now going into competitions, knowing that you've got a big name supporting you every step of the way?
Yeah, it's first of all, it's actually good that they have the trust in me to sign me in into their team. So yeah, sometimes I am a little bit. I know that Red Dragon is my sponsor, but sometimes yeah, it's like that you want to show yourself in front of them because you know that they may be also watching on Dart Connect or maybe on YouTube. So, but I'm really happy and grateful that they give me the chance to sign at such a really great company with I think almost all the best dart players in the world. There are Karen Price, P. Wright, Johnny Clayton. So yeah, really grateful for that.
And you mentioned earlier on in the interview that obviously one of your main ambitions for the year is to do well, is to reach finals night of the Modus Super Series Champions Week. Is there anything else that you want to achieve by the end of this year?
Yeah, like I said, hopefully to win one development tour this year, and then maybe three will qualifier that are qualifying for the World Championship. And it doesn't matter if it's the PDC World Championship or the WDF World Championship. But yeah, for now, my main goal is actually to win the development tour this year, and then after that, I will see what happens, and then maybe I can also play more on the challenge tour, because I played one weekend this year, but that wasn't actually really great, because yeah, I only won one match that weekend, so yeah, but that is also darts. You cannot win everything, but yeah. So, like I said, yeah, my main goal is to win a development tour this year.
Well, very best of luck with that, Bradley. Thank you again for agreeing to the interview, and very best of luck for the year, mate.
Thank you very much.
A fantastic interview there with WDF Boys World Champion Bradley Roes, who's been having a fantastic year so far. And as we said, going into the MODUS Super Series final Champions Week. We do hope you enjoy the interview, and please remember to like and subscribe to not just this show, but to all our shows that we have on the Darts World YouTube page. We have the weekly podcast. We have got some specials coming up with the Premier League finals night this week, and you never know what's round the corner. My name is AJ Toft, and thank you for watching this episode of Let's Talk Darts.